I'm lucky enough to get fan letters, and one fan letter in particular really struck me. So let me read you a little excerpt. Hey coach, my name is Thomas. And then he goes on to describe a little bit about himself before he says the key line. For some reason, I have had poor experiences with the women that I've been interested in. They have either been damaged or attention whores. They are hot and fun, but no good. And you have to look at the core of a woman because it could cost you financially, emotionally, etc. I don't seem to do so well in the asshole and manipulative department because I'm not a mean-spirited or evil-natured person. I try my absolute best to be good and honest. I don't do well with engaging a woman's emotions because I feel like it is natural for my behavior to always be good, reliable, caring, a high quality of treatment, and consistent. Oh man, I mean, Thomas, you can tell, Thomas is salt of the earth. You can tell just by the message. I mean, I'm just excerpting just a couple of lines from the thing, right? But just from the message, you can tell that he's salt of the earth. Hard-working fella, just decent as the day is long, you know what I mean? And of course he's gonna get fucked over by whores and damaged women. Of course. Whores and damaged women are gonna light on a nice guy like flies on shit. Yeah, of course, of course. Why wouldn't they? See, because he will put up with all the craziness and insanity and narcissism and attention whoring of these women. Yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll take advantage of him. And it's a sad state of affairs, but it's the way of human beings, yeah? It's the way of human beings, and it's always been like that. Women, especially damaged women, especially women who are narcissists, i.e. attention whores, yeah, they're gonna go for a guy who is going to give in to their demands, who's going to give them all of his attention. He's going to, who is going to be there for her all the time. Yeah, because that's what these women want. They want a guy who's their slave. And of course, nice guys are the ones who are damaged and ruined and destroyed by these women. Yeah, not assholes like me. Assholes like me? Yeah, you know, when a woman gets uppity, when she becomes too demanding, we're like, next. And the women know this, see? The women, the narcissists, the attention whores, the women who are severely damaged and who need all of this attention from a guy, they're not going to come to a guy like me because they can smell from a mile away that I'm not going to put up with their shit. See? And that's the thing about nice guys. They put up with their shit. They keep on putting up with their shit, and they come back for seconds, for crying out loud. And see, these guys, decent guys, I mean, like this Thomas fellow, right? Decent guys. But they get fucked over. They get fucked over, and they don't have it in them to be the asshole. They don't have it in them to frankly, to stick up for themselves. And here's the thing. See, the nice guy tends to think arrogantly that he can take it. He can, you know, he can take it. He can do whatever is necessary to make the relationship work. God damn it, yes, I'm going to make this relationship work. And what happens is that, see, the woman is like a fucking black hole in terms of his emotions, his money, his time, his attention, everything. She just sucks it all away. And they might be great in the sack. Sure, they're going to have, you know, at least some fucking fringe benefit from a crazy chick, right? But yeah, they'll be good in the sack, but in every other aspect of a guy's life, they're going to be fucking disasters. And the worst part is that the nice guy doesn't want to admit it. Doesn't want to admit it even when the truth of it is staring at him in the face. I mean, Thomas here, at least he was smart enough to realize, you know, the horrible decision he'd made, because in the missive that I'm not going to read, he goes on to describe a little bit of a relationship that he had, which was a fucking disaster, right? The woman just completely took advantage of him till finally the guy sort of like wised up, you know, and left her behind, thank goodness, yeah? But the fact of the matter is, see, most nice guys, when some damaged girl, some attention whore catches on to him, they grab him and they don't let go. And so the issue is, are you such a man? Answer me these questions. Does your woman call you incessantly to know where you are? And yet sometimes she sort of like disappears for a few days, maybe even a week or two. Does the woman like constantly demand that you pay attention to whatever story she's telling you, but when you start telling a story about something important in your life, she sort of like ignores it? Does she sort of like get irritated when you make any kind of demand, even the simplest, most benign request, and she gets like visibly irritated, like you're really imposing on her? Does she not really care about you, but is extremely interested in you hearing every little detail about her life? Is that, does any of this that I'm saying, does this sound remotely like something that's happened to you? If you're an asshole like me, none of that sounds like something that's happened to you, because as soon as it starts to happen, you next her, of course. And so if you're a nice guy, yeah, everything I've said probably rings a bell. Yeah. And so what do you have to do? Well, you have to start to learn to be more like an asshole. That's what you have to do. Yeah. Being a nice guy used to be the way you got a nice girl. Used to be, in the past. To be a nice beta provider who was a decent guy, who never flaked out, who was always dependable, always on time, always just, ready, prepared. That guy, insofar as the man-woman relationship was concerned, that guy used to be worth his weight in gold. And in the professional environment, in the social environment, just about every setting in the world, that guy is still worth his weight in gold. But when it comes to the man-woman thing, no, he's not worth his weight in gold. He's worth his weight in shit, because that's the amount of shit that the poor bastard is going to get from the damaged and attention-whoring women who are going to take advantage of him. Don't be that guy. I mean, I understand you're a nice guy and you want to be a decent guy, upright, moral, all the rest of it. But you have to bring out your inner son of a bitch. Yeah, you got to bring out the inner asshole. Yeah, because that's the only way you're going to survive in the current sexual marketplace. Yeah, you are not going to survive by being a decent guy. And this is fucking horrifying to say. Do you think that I get any kind of satisfaction by saying this? Do you think I think that it's a great thing that now there are so many of these damaged, attention-whoring women out there that a nice guy has to beware, and instead of being a nice guy, he has to be an asshole to protect himself against such women? I get no satisfaction of having to say this, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's an ugly truth, but it's the way things are today. A nice guy is going to get fucked over. You're a nice guy, you're going to get fucked over if you haven't already. And how are you going to get fucked over? Are you going to marry some attention whore, some damaged girl? And you're going to marry her and she's going to squeeze out maybe 1 or 2 or 3 kids, right? And then she's going to get it into her head that she's unhappy in her marriage for whatever god-awfully stupid reason, right? And decide to divorce rape you, yeah? And of course, since you're a nice guy, you're going to be unprepared for a divorce rape, because will you have set up, any kind of trust or any kind of foundation to guard your assets against divorce rape? No. Will you have set up a limited liability company so that your employer pays your salary through it rather than directly to you, and therefore you can, separate your income from yourself and be able to, move money around and not get fucked over when you go to court for the divorce? No. So you're going to lose between half and 3/4 of your salary to this fucking damaged woman, and you're going to work like a fucking animal. Your family will be gone. Your ex-wife is going to start cock hopping, and your children are going to be severely damaged by the woman that you were dumb enough to marry, all because you didn't have it in you to be the asshole you needed to be. So be the asshole that you need to be. Simple as that. You got to be an asshole. You got to be an asshole, and you got to, the second you realize that a girl is damaged, the second you realize that she's a flaky attention whore who's going to make your life miserable, the second you make that realization, no matter how early or how late in the relationship, the second you realize it, you leave her. You dump her instantly. No, no second guessing, no thinking that it can be fixed. No, 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 no. You drop her like a hot rock. You drop her and you move on and you leave her in your rearview mirror and you don't look back, because that woman will ruin you. You know, MGTOW and all these men's rights movements and all this shit, you know, all these movements are filled with these nice guys, and a lot of them are really fucking bitter, right? You talk to these guys for a while and they're nice fellas, you know, for the most part, yeah, great guys. You talk to them for a while and you're thinking to yourself, oh, he's an easygoing guy, he's this and that, the other. But the second the topic comes to women, and holy shit, man, are they fucking pissed off, man. I mean, the anger, the rage, the hatred comes out of them, pouring out of them, and they're nice guys. And you ask yourself, how did this happen? How did this situation come to pass? They're nice guys, decent guys, upright guys, you know, their heads screwed on straight, very practical, very pragmatic, but not heartless. On the contrary, filled with compassion and love. But these guys, you start talking to them about women, and they are so fucking angry. They are so fucking angry and hateful towards all women. And then you start digging a little bit. Yeah, you start asking a few questions here and there. Oh, and then the ex-wife comes up. The ex-wife or the longtime girlfriend. And the kids. And then you realize that these guys got fucked over. I mean, they got ass raped by some whore, some attention whore, or some severely damaged girl who latched on to them precisely because he was a nice guy. Precisely because he had all these good qualities. He was dependable. He was a decent guy. Never struck a woman. You know, he would never even dream of striking a woman. On the contrary, and generous. I mean, shit, man. Like, the money was, he had an open hand insofar as money is concerned, right? And these women just latched on to him, took advantage of him, fucked around on him. Jesus Christ, I mean, made his life a living hell. And then finally, when they were through with these poor guys, tossed them aside and had the legal system divorce rape them. And lickety-split, they're on their way. And these poor guys are left with nothing, with a ruined life. So of course these guys are angry. Of course they're bitter. You know, the fact of the matter is, it's not surprising that they're bitter. The surprise is that there has been such relatively little reaction to this mistreatment. You see? Yeah. This is what happens to nice guys. Nice guys who wind up being the plaything of these damaged women, of these attention whores. If you're a nice guy, take my word for it. You see one of these women, you run. Okay? Because you can't handle her. Because you don't have enough of the asshole in you to handle her. An asshole like me, yeah, no problem. I can handle him fine. I'll laugh about it, right? And I won't have any compunction about, fucking over some attention whore, some crazy-ass chick, and just dumping her and forgetting about her. Absolutely. But you don't have that. That probably makes you a better man than me. It makes you a better man than me and other assholes like me. It's precisely because you're a decent guy that you are so vulnerable. So go out there with your eyes fucking open, huh? Your eyes fucking open, and don't be so arrogant as to think that you can fix her. Because you can't. You cannot fix her. No matter how hard you work at it, no matter, counseling, this, that, the other, you cannot fix her. Don't be so arrogant and blind to the truth. I hope this helps.